He's ready. Okay, so now we might tell another new story. We'll tell another story. Are you ready for a story? Yeah! Are you sure you're ready for a story? Yes! Alright. Now, where's Kenny Dawson? He's not here. He'd be a bit. A man from Dawson just walked in and he was saying, he was telling me, I know all those stories too. He was the Scottish version. I'm trying to get what the famous Scottish version, but he's not here just now. He was saying, you have to tell them about the giants of Skye. I'll do it very briefly before, because I'm going to tell you a story from Scotland, because there's a Scottish person audience. But he's gone now. I think he was drawn to the pin, which is grand. He'll return. In Scotland, we have all these connections with Ireland, and one of the famous kind of fighters in Ireland is Satanta Cuchulainn. And there's all these stories about Cuchulainn, but what people don't know is how he learned to be a sword fighter. My throat, give me some water. Where's my water? He learned to be a sword fighter because he went to Scotland, because everybody knows if you want to be a sword fighter, you go to Scotland, because the greatest sword fighters in Scotland, and who are the greatest sword fighters? It's the Queen of the Isle of Skye and her woman. There's these women, and they sword fight like, ah! And there's a whole story I'm not going to tell tonight, basically because it's pornography, we're not going to repeat that kind of stuff. But in summary, like this, in summary, what happens is this poor young Satanta, he's just killed a dog in Ireland, he's feeling a bit concerned. He goes to Scotland to learn how to sword fight. He's told to go to Skye. He meets the Queen of Skye. She kind of looks at this young man and she says, what do you want? He says, I want to learn how to use my sword. And she says, grand, so that's what I'm here for. She says, but we have to do it by wrestling. And we have to wrestle in the lava pits beneath our mountain here. For some nice hot mud, we have to wrestle in the mud. So they do. And then, she's wrestling in the mud. Her daughter comes down. I don't know how the daughter came. She came down, and she was perturbed. She was perturbed with her mother wrestling with a fine young Irishman in the mud, because she wants to wrestle with him. So she starts fighting with her mother. I told you, it's a plot to something. Excuse me. But it does not finish there. I'm about to finish. Dear God, give me some more water. Because the mother has a sister. And the sister lives across the mainland. And she hears about this. So the sister demands, she's going to agree with her sister. She must have access to the young man, his sword as well. And the sister says no. And there's a war, this famous war in Scotland, these two sisters fighting over this young man's sword. And Satanta, the story ends with him just pulling up his breeches, grabbing his sword and leaving Scotland and never returning. Ever. He was so traumatised. So, anyway, Kerry from Scotland reminded me of that story and it just explains everything. Is there a big glass of water? Because I'm parched. Is there a water in there? Hold on.
It's under the stool.
It's under the stool! Oh, fantastic. Now, of course, stool means poo as well. So all sorts of things can happen. Okay. I'm just going to leave that image for a minute. Mud, fighting, young Irishman, Scottish woman, swords. Just go with it. Okay. What else will last before we get to the end of the night? Okay. Are you ready for a story? Yes. Very good. Once upon a time in Scotland, in the west of Scotland, there was a wee old woman, and she had 3 daughters, okay? And the daughters, they kind of, the older 2 were very annoying, okay? One of them had blonde hair, okay? She was fabulous looking, and she wanted to become like a supermodel, okay? She wanted to go and be a supermodel. She's in the west of Scotland, she's on a farm, there's cow shit everywhere, she's not enjoying it. The second daughter, she wanted to become a YouTube influencer or something, okay? But she's in the west of Scotland, the broadband's really bad, and she's complaining about that. The third daughter, she works very hard. She helps clean the cows. I don't know how you clean cows, lift them, wash them. She cleans the cows, she cleans out the toilet, she helps cook, she does all that kind of stuff, okay? The youngest daughter. Now, one day, the oldest daughter with the big blonde hair, she says to her mum, she says, Mommy, I want to become a supermodel. I want to go to Inverness, which is the capital of the Scottish Islands. I want to go to Inverness and become a supermodel. And her mommy says, grand, okay, I'll pack your bag. So she packs her bag and she makes her a bannock. Now, bannocks are kind of sweet breads, like a doughy, sweet cake bread in Scotland. Makes her a big bannock. And she says to the girl, okay, do you want a thin slice of this bannock and my blessing? Or do you want a large slice of the bannock and my curse? And the daughter looked at her mommy and said, Mommy, Mommy, Mommy. Oh, good man. Oh, you're all warm as well. Oh, Ginny Mac. And just enough whiskey to keep me happy. All right. Oh, that definitely helped. Okay. Okay, so. She says, Mommy, I don't believe in fairies and wishes and blessings and all that nonsense. Just give me a big bit of the bannock. Mum says, okay. She puts a big bit of the bannock into the bag. The girl puts the bag on her and she goes out walking. Okay, so she's walking, she's got the bag, she's got the bannock, and she's walking. And it's night time. And the wind comes up. And the wind goes. And the trees are creaking. And she's walking and walking and walking. And there's rain and all sorts. And she's walking and walking. And eventually she thinks, oh, Ginny Mac, I have to just try and find shelter. So she finds a wall, a dry stone dike, and she kind of decides to coolie down, take shelter. So she goes to the bottom of this wall, and she's kind of coolie down there, and the wind's still doing the wind thing, and the trees are still creaking, and she's cooling down there, and she's trying to sleep, okay? And she's trying to sleep, suddenly she wakes up. And she wakes up with a fright, because there's a face in her face. But it's not a human face. It's the face of a pig. A lot of pigs in these stories. And she goes, huh? And the pig goes, huh, back at you. She goes, well, you're a talking pig. Of course I'm a talking pig. It's a Scottish story. I'm a Scottish talking pig. And the pig says, I'm a hungry pig, and I've got 12 hungry piglets. Do you have any food? And the girl goes, no, go away. And the pig says, oh, I see, you got a big fat bannock. And she goes, yeah, it's my bannock. You're a pig. It's off. And she goes to kick the pig. Well, the wee pig jumps back at this. And the pig raises its trotter. And it pointed at the girl. And it said, I tell you this, my piggy curse on you. The curse of all my 12 hungry piglets on you. And worst of all, the curse of your ancient mother on you. The girl went, ah, away. And the pig ran off. And the girl had a bit more warm drinks, it was really nice. And she carried on, the girl, and she walked and walked and walked. And she was walking, and she came to a wee cottage, okay? It's a wee cottage. And there's a door in the cottage, and the door had a little notice, and the notice said, help wanted. The girl went, I can do some help, get some money, get to Inverness, become famous as a model. So she goes, and she taps the door. And the door opens. And there's a wee woman standing there. And the girl goes, I'm here for the help wanted thing. And the wee woman goes, oh yes, that's right. The girl went, well, what's the help and what's the pay? What do you want me to do? And the wee woman looked at her and went, well, you see, the thing is, it's my husband. The girl went, what? It's my husband, you see, I need help. She went, okay, what's the job? She said, well, I'm trying to explain, see, my husband, you see, he's dead. And I went, okay, your husband's dead. What's the job? I'm trying to explain. You see, my husband, when he was alive, was a butcher. Do you understand? The girl went, no, I don't understand. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Well, he was a butcher. And he was the bestest butcher in the whole of Scotland. Oh my goodness, you'd bring a cow or a pig or a hen or anything, he'd get his big axe and chop, chop, chop. He'd make lovely sausages, a nice pie, a nice rump steak. Do you see? You go, no, I don't see, please. What's the job? What's the money? I have to get to Inverness to become a supermodel. What do you want from me? I'm trying to explain, you see. My husband, who's dead, used to be a butcher. But then one day he was in his butcher shop, butchering. And he was standing there with this big butcher axe. And he looked up and a cow walked in. Do you see? He went, no, what's the job? Please tell me. I'm trying to explain. The cow walked in and my husband looked at the cow and he thought, oh my goodness, I've never seen such a cow. Look at the rump on that and all the meat on. That's a fine cow. We kind of looked at the door and the cow, well, nobody was with it. It was an unattended cow.
Daisy.
Daisy. You would never kill Daisy. No, Daisy's harmed. No, because I don't understand. What are you trying to explain? She said, well, because it was unattended, my husband took the cow in and he took out his big axe and he just chopped it up. He chopped, 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 and he made lovely sausages with it. It was really nice. I went, please, in the name of God, what is the job? I'm trying to explain. The cow, which he chopped up, it was a fairy cow. Do you understand now? No. It was a fairy cow. It belonged to the fairies. And he killed the fairy's cow. The girl went, okay, so what's the job? I'm trying to explain. The fairies were so annoyed, they put a curse on him. The girl went, okay, you're telling me your husband killed a cow, some fairies put a curse on him, and he died. He died of a fairy curse. The woman went, no, that's just stupid. What do you mean? You don't die of fairy curses. They cursed him about 40 years ago. He just died of old age. What's with the fairies? I'm trying to explain. He died of old age, but when he died of old age, he had a fairy curse on him. Oh, she says, what? And if you die with a fairy curse on you, well, it can be problematic. Because people with fairy curses on them, well, sometimes they don't kind of settle in the coffin and they get up to trouble. And then they don't go to heaven. And if you don't go to heaven, you go downstairs. Do you understand now? The girl went, no, please, what do you want from me? I want you to sit with my dead husband and make sure he does not get up to trouble so he can go to heaven. Oh, says the girl, right, I get it. Your husband's dead, you want me to sit with him, and that's it. Yeah, and you'll pay me. Oh, sure, I'll pay you. I'll get nice blankets. Blankets? Or I'll get some needle and thread. I'll add something more. The woman scratched her head. She said, well, I tell you what, I've got some bags of gold. Would that be handy? The girl went, oh, yeah, fine. I'll sit with a dead husband for gold, no problem. So the wee woman took her into the cottage. She took her in the back room, and there was a coffin. And in the coffin was a dead body. It was a wee dead man with his suit on, and he's dead. And he's got his suit on, he's got his kind of hair kind of flattened down, trying to look smart. He's got his favourite walking stick with him, and he's in the coffin. And the woman said, so, what you've got to do is just kind of make sure he doesn't get up to trouble. No problem, she said, fine. And the woman says, and you've got to stay awake, do not fall asleep. Go, no problem, I'll stay awake. So the wee woman says, hey, tonight. The girl goes, night, fine. The woman leaves. So the girl sat there in the chair. She's looking in the coffin. Oh, whoa. And she's thinking, this woman's crazy. There's no such thing as fairy curses. So she fell asleep. Okay. And in the middle of the night, when she's sleeping, looking fabulous, didn't the wee dead body suddenly open its eyes? And it sat up. Oh, I'm going to get up to Mischief. And then it looked about and it saw the girl. Mischief, ha ha ha. I'm going to get up to murder, ha ha ha. And he came out the coffin and he got a hold of his walking stick and he sneaked up to the girl. And she was still sleeping. And he sneaked behind her and he got his walking stick and he went, smack! Smacked her in the back of the head, smacked her skull and stole the skull, brain and blood everywhere. The girl was dead. Mischief and murder, mischief. Oh, I better get into the body now. Okay, I'll throw it in the ditch behind the farm. So he bent down to the old man to pick up the body. Pick up the body. But the body was a wee old man with sore knees and the body was a wee bit too heavy for him. It's like, oh dear, oh, what am I going to do? Then he remembered, I'm a butcher. I'll get my big butcher knife. So he goes and gets his big butcher knife and he chops off her legs. Chop, chop. He chops off her arms. Chop, chop. Chops off her head. Chop, chop. And then there's bits lying about. He tries to pick them up as well. Oh, but they're too heavy as well. Oh, and do some more chopping. So he chops the legs up in little bits. Chop, 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 chop. Gets right into the belly there. Gets into the intestines and the guts and the bowels, the stomach and the lungs and the heart. Makes a nice light cavity. Gets a couple of buckets. He's got all the things spread out like a... Do you know those IKEA things where you build it yourself? There's one of them, okay? There's a head there, there's lungs there, there's a couple of limbs there. And he gets it all, and he puts it in a wee bucket. And he can handle the bucket. He takes the rest of the night throwing the remains of the woman into the ditch, okay? So he does that and he gets back in the coffin and he's quite content. So, we're going to go all the way back now to the rest of Scotland. The second daughter, okay? This is going to be a long night. What was it? Hold on. Marvellous, marvellous. I'm telling you, a miracle worker. She can walk in water and all sorts. Okay, especially that water. Okay, so the second daughter, she's getting bored. She can't get her broadband. You know, she can't do the YouTube, Instagram thing. She's getting really annoyed. She says to Mammy, Mammy, I'm going to leave. I want to go to Inverness to become an influencer. I'm leaving now. Influencer in the house, very good. And I'm leaving. And the Mammy says, okay, I'll pack your bag. So the Mammy packs the bag. She makes a bannock. And she says to the girl, do you want a wee thin slice of the bannock and my blessing? Or do you want a big bit of the bannock and my curse? The girl went, Mammy, there's no such thing as curses. Give me a big bit of the bannock. I said, Grant. Gives her the big bit of the bannock, puts it in the bag. The girl heads off, it's night time, the wind is going. And trees are going out and out there as well. And there might be give me a wool, yeah. There's wolves and there might even be an owl. That's more of a French stripper, but that's fine. Woo, woo. Okay, so she's walking through the wind, the trees, dogs, French strippers. She's doing the whole thing, and she's getting there, and she's getting a bit stressed out. So she decides to cool down the wee wall there. And she cools down, and she's trying to sleep, and then she wakes up, and there's a face in her face, and it's the face of a pig. And the pig goes, I'm a pig. I'm a hungry pig, and I've got 12 hungry piglets. Get any food? The guy went, no, I get no food. Off you go, you're a pig. The pig went, we've got a big bannock there. The guy went, nice, my bannock. Off you go. So the wee pig lifted its trotter, pointed at her, and said, my piggy curse on you. The curse of my 12 hungry piglets on you. And worst of all, the curse of your ancient mother be on you. The girl went, you go. The pig ran off. So the girl carried on walking. She came to her cottage, and there was a door and a wee notice saying help wanted. And she tapped the door, tap, tap, tap. And the door opened. And a cat get murdered really badly and painfully. And she opened the door, and there's a wee old lady. Hello. We're now going to skip the next 3 hours. So you believe your husband was cursed by the fairies and is going to go to hell unless I sit with him tonight and you'll pay me in gold? Yes, Grant, no problem. But just make sure you stay awake all night. The girl went, fine, no problem. So she's taken to the back room. There's the coffin with the dead body. With his wee walking stick. She sits down there. And she's sitting there. Of course, the woman says, night, night. She says, night, night. And she's sitting there. She's got her iPhone out. She's trying to catch the broadband. She's really annoyed. She gets so annoyed that she just falls asleep. And of course, in the middle of the night, who wakes up? The wee dead husband. He wakes up. And he sneaks out, and he gets his walking stick, and he sneaks over to the girl, goes behind her, and he goes, ah! Bang! Smacks in the back of the skull, stoves her head in, spray of blood and brains everywhere. And of course, he gets out his wee axe, just to chop it up, chop, 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 eviscerate, livers, everything, bit of liver, stomach, catch the stomach, oh, he's having a great time, everything everywhere. And then he puts her in the ditch, and he goes back in his wee coffin. So now it's the third girl's turn, okay? Back there. So they're back to the west of Scotland, and the youngest girl, she's busy polishing the cow or whatever she's doing, and she says to Mammy, we're poor. I'm afraid I'm going to have to go to Inverness to make us some money. And the Mammy said, oh, do you have to go? She went, yes, Mammy. Mum said, I'll tell you what, I'll pack your bag for you. So she packs the girl a bag, and she makes her bannock, and she says to the girl, do you want a wee slice of the bannock and my blessing? Or do you want a big slice of the bannock and my curse? And the girl said, Mammy, your blessing is more important to me than anything. Just give me the wee slice of the bannock. And the Mammy says, okay. She puts the wee slice in. The girl walks out and the wind's going and and trees creaking and all that kind of stuff. And she cooties down behind the wall. She's trying to get some sleep. And she wakes up, oh, and who does she see? The pig. The face of the pig in her face. And she goes, oh! And the pig goes, oh! And she goes, oh, who are you? And the pig goes, I'm a pig. I'm a hungry pig. And I've got 12 hungry piglets. Could you feed me? And the girl went, of course, I won't get a bit of bannock, but I'll give it to you. And so she gave the little thin bit of bannock to the pig. And the little pig, with his little trotter, split this little strip up and it fed it to its wee piglets. And when it was finished, it took a wee glass of warm, lovely water. And then it lifted his little trotter. It said, my piggy blessing on you. The blessing of my 12 little piglets on you. And best of all, the blessing of your ancient mother be on you. If you ever find yourself in danger, we pigs will come and help you. The girl went, oh, that's great. Fantabulosy, thank you. So she headed on, she came to the cottage with the door saying, what the hell did it say again? Help wanted. She tapped the door, special effect. The door opened. And there's a wee old lady. Hello. She's like, I see it's help wanted. It's my husband. Of course I'll sit with your husband. Oh my goodness, of course. That's terrible. He's got a fairy curse. We need to get up to heaven. I'll sit with them, no problem. And he says, well, I can pay you. Listen, let's not worry about the pay just now. Let's just make sure your husband stays in his coffin tonight, doesn't go to any mischief, and we'll get him to heaven. And went, you're very kind. No worries. So she goes into the back room there. There's the coffin with the dead body. With his walking stick. The woman says, now stay awake. Oh, stay awake, she said. So she's sitting there, she's doing a bit of sewing, and the woman leaves, and the girl was there. And there's the coffin. And the girl was walking away, she's getting a bit drowsy. And in the middle of the night, the wee dead man's eyes opened. Murder and mischief. And the girl turned round and she went, oh, lie down. Oh, sorry. And he lay back down in the coffin. As he carries on sewing a wee bit more, still a wee bit more drowsy. And the wee man wakes up again a bit while later. He sits up and he's quieter now. He goes, murder and mischief. The girl turns around and goes, I told you, lie down. Oh, sorry. Lie down. So the girl now, she's got a wee bit sleepy now, she's starting to drift off, and the wee dead man sees his chance. And the wee dead man, he sits up again, and he's whispering quietly, murder and mischief, murder and mischief. He grabs his walking stick, he gets out of the coffin, he sneaks over to the girl, he goes behind the girl, he's got the walking stick, he's about to stroke her head in, when suddenly the girl jumps up, she goes, ah! And she smacks someone. Whoa! She said, I told you. Oh, he said. And she grabs the stick, and she sticks it in his head. Ah, smack! At the back of his head. Get back in that coffin, she said. Get back in that coffin. He's trying to take the stick. No. She's dragging him back to the coffin. Back in there. No. I want mischief. Ah! And at this point, he sees his big butcher's knife, and he grabs it. I'm going to kill you. She's trying to dodge the knife, and she's dragging the body back. Ah! Next thing, he grabs it. He runs. He goes out the door. He says, if I cannot murder you, I'll murder somebody else. Ah! So now he's running about, and she's trying to get him back to the house. Back in the house. No. And he's got the knife. He's trying to stab her. And he's running about. He's trying to shake her off. And the poor girl knows if she lets go of that stick, oh my goodness, she'll slip, and he'll be on her, and he'll chop her up. Just try to hold up the stick. Just try to get him back to the house. But he's incensed now. He wants to murder. And he's got the knife on him. Ah! And the poor girl, she's getting so exhausted, so tired. And eventually the sun's about to come up, and she's so exhausted, and she's about to let go of the stick. And just then, no, hold on. The mammy pig and the 12 piglets appear, and they come to the rescue. They run round the wee man and start biting his bum and biting his legs. Ah! They're biting and nipping at him. She says, okay, into the coffin now. Okay, but just get him off me. She said, pigs, hold on, I think he's going to go back. And they wait. Coming back? Okay, I'll go back. So she takes him with a stick in the head, into the coffin. He steps in the coffin, he lies down, she pops the stick out, she lays the stick beside him, just as the sun was rising. And he got through a whole night without murder and mischief. And so the woman comes in, she says, how is he? The girl said, fine, no mischief, he's grand. And the wee woman looks in the coffin, and there's her wee husband lying there, all content, off to heaven. The woman said, oh, thank you very much. I need to pay you now, whatever you've got. He says, I've got some blankets. Blankets is lovely. Needle and thread would be great. He said, oh yeah, and I've also got bags of gold. He went, well, if you can spare a bag of gold, I'll take one. Come to my living room. So you're in the living room, and the woman, she got some blankets, and she got the needle and thread. And then she got a bag of gold. There's the bag of gold. And the girl went, thank you very much. Put it in her bag. In fact, I might have a few bags of gold. There's another one. Oh, thank you. And could I just give you 10 bags of gold? Fine, sure. Whatever you can spare. She has 10 bags of gold. She's very happy. She's about to leave, and the woman says, hold on. Have you something else that might be useful for you? Hold on a minute. And there's a kind of cupboard there, and she reaches up, and there's a bottle. She takes the bottle down, she blows the dust off it. And there's a notice on the bottle, and it says, magic potion. Will cure all wounds. Even if you've been chopped up and thrown in a ditch and are dead, this will bring you back to life. That might come in handy. They'll just, thank you. She put it in the bag for the gold. And then she says, well, look, I need to get to Inverness now. Could you tell me where the bus stop is? The woman said, yeah. You just leave the house, you go by the ditch there, and you'll find the bus stop. The girl goes, great, thank you. So she has a wee quick drink of water. We haven't even started the story yet. So she leaves, and she goes by the ditch, she's walking by the ditch with her big bag full of gold and potion. She's walking by the ditch, and then she stops. She looks in the ditch. Is that one of my sister's heads? Oh my God! Ah! Oh! That's her buttocks! Ah! Oh! Oh! That's my other sister's head! Oh my God! My two sisters have been chopped up and the misery's been stuck in a ditch! Oh my God! What can I do? And she's looking at them, and she goes, oh, she looks at her bag. Oh, got a magic potion that says can cure all wounds if you've been chopped up and put in a ditch or bring back to life. That's really handy. So she goes to unpop the bottle, and just as she's about to uncork it, she stops. And she looks in the ditch, and she goes, you know, I didn't actually like my sisters. Right, pair of bisms, the pair of them. And she's thinking, but if I leave them there and folk not kind of help them and it'll be like evidence, then folk will talk about me and think I'm really, really bad. So I need to just get rid of them. I need to get rid of the evidence. What am I going to do? And then she remembers. Pigs! She shouts, pigs! Run fast! And the wee pigs come running along. They look in the ditch. And the pigs jump in, the mommy pig, the 12 baby pigs, and they chop them. And they ate up the entire bodies, the livers, the spines, the heads, the brains, they ate up the entire lot until there was nothing left. And the girl lived happily ever after.